Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. So today I figured I would actually review a short, by the way folks, which I haven't done in a good while. I haven't reviewed anything Kaiju related either in a good while on top of that. So I just figured I'd just do that here quite obviously, because mine as well. So for this short, it's a little CGI animated short here I just got to watching not that long ago really. And yes, it's the 2026 Godzilla Megalon. So okay, there's that. And yes, like I said, it's a short, so whatever. I guess it does give me an excuse to talk about something that's spooky, something scary and whatnot. Why not? I like horror stuff anyway, because of course this series started off as something spooky anyway. And the last time I spoke about Megalon, it was well in that movie. Ugh, can't say I cared for it, but whatever. Anyway, but whatever the case is, I just thought I'd just give me a chance to do this kind of a thing where I'm just doing like this discussion, what I thought about it and whatnot. Whatever the case is, all right. As always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? So let's get into it. Oh, definitely. The world is threatened by these monsters. Humanity is at stake here, as you might expect. So yes, obviously, when it comes to this, these characters must face off here, of course, and these two monsters face off, obviously, because these two monsters are out to destroy each other. And yes, quite clearly, you could see Godzilla and Megalon, they're not exactly on good terms, as you might expect, but these two monsters are causing havoc in the city, and a huge amount of damage has been done to the city itself, and Megalon has survived. Yes, the army come in, obviously, like these movies would typically display, the army has to do their own thing. And there seems to be like a little human character that does this. Like he seems to be like doing something on the internet, like live streaming or whatever. But speaking of human characters, there's also this woman right here, and she's doing her own thing. She's like, okay, she doesn't appear to be too friendly and whatnot. And of course, which doesn't surprise me because female characters tend to be a part of these movies to some extent. I guess you can say in some kind of way, obviously. So there's that, of course. But of course, Godzilla and Megalon, they just want to just beat the shit out of each other. Obviously, when it comes to Megalon, I do like the design for this. Of course, he shoots this beam, of course, and I did like that. I really did like that was done, the whole beam thing. And the thing is that when it comes to Megalon, like of course, he shoots these missiles out his mouth and stuff, rocks, like explosive rocks or whatever that was. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, the design for Megalon does look way more serious. Whereas in the other one does look more goofy. I guess I do kind of like the design in some ways, but still. Anyway, when it comes to designs, yeah, the Megalon design isn't too bad in this movie. Of course, I can just say that. I'm not trying to be 2 hours because you have to think about the fact that this is a short after all. When you think about it, it is a short, and it's roughly 10 minutes. So that's about it, really. And the graphics, when it comes to computer graphics, it's not too bad for what they were trying to aim for. I'll give it that, obviously. So not too shabby when it comes to that. I did like it really. And in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to, in other words, the fighting is fine, I suppose. It's not wrestling or anything like these movies tend to be known for. It's like WWE, WF, whatever you call it, now these days, whatever. It's not like that, and not even on this one, folks. And for quick thing, yes, I have to bring up the infamous drop kick thing. Oh, that was so cringe. That was so goddamn cringe right there. But at least in this film, it's just taken more serious, at least. And they're trying to do something similar to that, but make it make sense during the fight scenes. What I'm getting at, I do appreciate the fact that it's not as, I guess, campy as this movie was. So that's something, I reckon. So there's that. Quite clearly, there was a lot of effort to make this animated short. Yes, doing lots of animated short in high definition and with lots of detail. It's no easy task. It's such a daunting task. So of course, it's a very hard thing to do. So I appreciate the effort that was actually done for this. So props for the people who are actually handled this quite well. Well, okay. At least another plus. At least I didn't have to listen to this again.
じゃが行け行け平和を守るためみんなも驚く勇気を見せるゴジラとジャガーでパンチパンチパンチ
These two monsters will of course, engage in battle. Before anyone asks, yes, of course, Megalon himself will use those drilled arms, which, of course, is a nice little touch. Speaking of nice touches, I would definitely say that the they will use sound effects for the short as a way to kind of like play on old mods to the old monster movies to some extent, I guess you can say. So that's something. Of course, the citizens in Japan, they're just wanting to mind their own business and just have some fun or whatever they were doing. And looks like they can't even catch a break whatsoever. So their lives have been and thrown in chaos because of this, I guess you can say. So there's that. But again, like I was saying before, I'm not trying to be too harsh here. Really, when it comes to this, it is a short after all. So did I have fun watching this? Yes, I thought it was well made. I would definitely say that. I think this definitely have its moments when it comes to the overall thing. I know this was supposed to be like an anniversary kind of a thing, so this could mean they could be making more of these, which I don't mind really. For what it's worth, I didn't think it was too shabby. I suppose, I guess. I know the whole point here was to really show the abilities of Godzilla and Megalon in a battle. When it comes to these types of movies, which of course obviously, the people want to see the monster fights. Obviously, people want to see the monster fights. Just having these characters beat the evil living shit out of each other. And the fight scenes aren't too bad. I like the fight scenes, I guess. The fight scenes are solid enough. When it comes to destruction scenes, the destruction scenes are also pretty solid enough as well. And it's not too shabby for what they were trying to aim for, I guess. The fight scenes aren't nicely done in the grand scheme of things. The destruction scenes aren't too bad. So I can't really get too mad at what they were trying to aim for. So, I mean, yes, they were trying to play on all mods to the Showa era of Godzilla and the HS series of Godzilla as well, and I guess kind of like trying to merge the two to some extent. But ultimately, folks, if you have not seen this yet, just keep in mind the entire point here is that they're trying to pretty much use this. I mean, when I say they, I mean the people who made this short. It's just trying to use this as a way to showcase the monster's abilities, and at the end of the day, that's what this is. Which, yes, I realize that does come off a lot of shallow in some ways, which I guess you could say that. But there's some little story they're trying to aim for, and of course, we all know it's going to lead to a fight. That's ultimately what a lot of people are trying to aim for when it comes to making these movies. See lots of fighting, but of course, Of course, that's what a lot of people want when it comes, especially in this day and age. Like, especially considering the fact that a lot of people like to watch those Transformer type movies from Michael Bay. You got to fight, a bunch of fighting, and that's pretty much what we get here. It doesn't really get too deep into story, really, which in some ways I would say is kind of disappointing. I would have liked more of a story, really, but again, there's only about 10 minutes. There's only so much you can do in 10 minutes, anyway. So what's for its worth, the little story that they do have is fine, and I do like the fight scenes at the end of the day. I'll give it an overall rating of a 6.8 out of 10. It's a 6.8 out of 10 for me. So, of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya. Oh, yeah.